Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Right, finally, we do have Act 7.4 full details, and those full details also include 7.4 and Act 7 rewards. Now I know a lot of you are in a rush, that's why we're just gonna jump straight down to the rewards, and they can be easily summed up with the text that the leaks were real. That being said, we're gonna go over them, but I do have my comments. The Act 7 rewards are definitely great. However, Chapter 4 rewards are kind of ass, because they're exactly the same as Chapter 3 rewards, comparatively speaking. Definitely, I think 7.4 rewards lack rank 4 materials very significantly, which, if I can guess, is going to be behind the unit offer upon the completion of Act 7. So, Chapter 4 completion rewards. You get 25% Tier 5 CC Crystal and Selector, 6-star rank 1 to 2 Gem Crystal, so that's not generic, it's class 1. You get 20 6-star Signature Stone Crystals, again, random ones. And you get 20,000 6-star shards. That's just completion of Chapter 4. At the same time of Chapter 4 completion, you're going to get Act 1 completion, Act 7 completion rewards, which is going to be 6-star rank up gem from 1 to 2, 1 6-star rank up gem from 2 to 3, 1 6-star Awakening Gem Crystal, 1 6-star Nexus Crystal, and 50 6-star Signature Stones. Then, if you explore 7.4, you get 6,700 Tier 3 Alpha Catalyst Fragments. This definitely should have been at least like double the amount, both Tier 3 and Tier 6 basics as well. Because that's only 14,250. Then we have 4 Tier 5 class catalyst selectors, 25% each. I do like that they do this in selectors, because you can round up whichever catalyst you kind of want, or get a full one of any class. Then you have 2 6-star Nexus Crystals, 30 6-star Signature Stones, and some gold. And then Act 7 Exploration Rewards is where obviously the best goodies are at. 6-star Rank Up Gem 2 to 3, 6-star Rank Up Gem 3 to 4 Crystal. That means it's going to be random. It's not going to be generic. So the leaked rewards were kind of true, just not as good. I do think they also took a bit of 6 stones away. I'm not entirely sure on that, but it's crystal. It's not a generic. So we're going to play RNG lottery, in which case I'm going to have to start to think which class I really don't want to pull, but that's going to be interesting. 6-star generic Awakening Gem. That's good, because then at least you're going to be able to awaken whichever class you need. Then you're going to have 2 6-star Nexus Crystals, 6-star Nexus Crystal Selector, which is going to offer you class Nexus Crystal. I believe it is going to be with 3 options, however, and 120 6-star 6 stones. And then the big hopes. The big hopes were on path rewards that they will include some sort of rank 4 materials. However, they do not. They do, however, have remember that this is basically contained in each quest. So each quest will have 2 Tier 5 basics. Then it's going to have 4 Tier 2 alphas. Then it's going to have some 6-star shards, which again is going to be 3,000 times 6, like 18,000 6-star shards there. Some units and some gold. So you're going to get some, Tier 2s and Tier 5s, which is, neat, nice. But still, I do really wish they would have been a bit more generous with rank 4 materials here. It does seem extremely small amount, considering it hasn't gone up at all. In fact, Chapter 4 rewards, in my opinion, are just, cheap. I think this is the time in the game when they do want to show their best face to the community, but they're missing a great opportunity to do so. Then the other major change is that rank 3 to 4 gem is going to be a class-based one, which definitely is going to make me think, because there are classes where I really don't want to land on anything, I think. But I'm going to have to think about that. Right, now we can go on the rest of the details. If you're not interested in that, that's fine. This is not going to be like a full breakdown of every node and stuff like that. But the point is, they do not announce a new title, as far as I'm aware. They do not announce the new title. However, if you remember that They did not announce the new title with 6.4 either. They announced the new title about 2 months after 6.4 had been out. So that being said, I hope that that is the case, because we desperately do need a new progression title in the game, in my personal opinion. I think Thronebreaker players, Thronebreaker as a category is just far too vast at this point. When a category like that becomes too big, it kind of loses its meaning. But the structures of the quest, it's going to be the same as we have seen so far. 6 paths, 6 fights per path, 3 final bosses, not dependent on paths. 1 to 3 choice node found just before fighting the final bosses. That is going to be kind of similar to the 7.1. But the idea is exactly the same. 6 paths, 6 fights on each path, 3 different bosses, and we do get to swap in a champion before we fight a boss, again, as we always did. On top of that, 6-star champions will still have all the advantages like they did for the rest of the Act 7. Unfortunately, for me, because I really didn't like Paradox, and I played 7.4 beta, and the Paradox lanes were not any better there as they were in 7.3. Unfortunately, Paradox is making its comeback, and it was quite heavily present there. Every map in Chapter 4 features 2 Paradox paths. That means every third path in that quest is going to be Paradox path. So each quest has 2 paths. So 1/3 of the entire thing is going to be filled with Paradox lanes. And I'm not a fan of it at all. However, there is the fact that they increased the number of maximum Paradox charges from 9 to 12. So hopefully that does make them more tolerable, because when the beta was live, we were playing with the 9 charges. So I do hope that it does help. Other than that, besides Paradox from 7.3, they are bringing back the class ascendancy nodes from 7.2. And there are also going to be nodes from 7.1, which were the boss nodes, where we basically kind of choose which one to leave, which one to disable. So they are incorporating everything from 7.1, 2, and 3, kind of like the main mechanics there. And, well, that is what we kind of expected. So having played the beta and seeing that seemingly not too much has changed, I can fairly comfortably say that the overall difficulty level is roughly the same as 7.3. That being said, obviously I have not fought the final Kang boss, which might be completely different kettle of fish, because the final Kang boss in 7.3 was one of the easier special boss fights. But 7.4 is definitely doable without many items. There were lots of cheesable lanes, and yeah, it's definitely doable pretty much with no items, to be honest, if you have fairly large roster. When I did the beta, my roster was outdated and was significantly smaller than it is right now, or even was at that point on the real servers, but it was still doable. My personal MVPs there were like King Groot and Ultron and Mole-Man and Kingpin, and I think, yeah, those were like the main MVPs for me personally. Other than that, that's about it. Rewards, again, unfortunately, I am super happy, obviously, about the fact that everyone who 100% everything is going to be able to get a rank 4. Fortunately, it's not generic, it's a crystal. However, we do get 2 6-star awakening gems. It's just, I think they could have done more. I think I was hoping that the Chapter 4 rewards were wrong, because they do seem somewhat lackluster. If you put them next to 7.3, they're exactly the same. So, I don't know. It doesn't feel too amazing. The fact that they changed this one, the fact that this one is crystal, that's fine. And rank 3 to 4 gem crystal. It's definitely going to be interesting to think about which class I really don't want. I think I don't want Mystic, to be honest. I think I don't want Mystic. But maybe. We'll see. Of course, they just need to add in more RNG. Still, plenty of 6-star signature suns overall. I think it's 170. Yeah, 200, 220. I think they left exactly the same 6 stones. So 220 6/6 stones, which is quite big. Anyways, that is about it. Let me know what you guys think about the rewards, rest of the information about Act 7. And I'm going to catch you guys soon. See ya. Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about